Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Can I just start off by saying, how did my life get to this? Last year sometime, I did a video where I discussed a little series, a little manga series that has been quite well known over in Japan called Pop Team Epic. If you couldn't already tell from the shirt that I am wearing, I am a huge fan of Pop Team Epic ever since the manga series, and it kind of got a little bit of a word out like initially, but it really didn't get its, I guess, popularity, especially over in the West, until the anime series this season came out. And well, as you can tell from the title of this video, I voice acted in Pop Team Epic. The first ever proper anime that I've ever voice acted in just so happened to be easily the weirdest fucking anime in existence. How it all happened as well was very weird. So I was at a business meeting, or I guess a business party of some sorts, where I got the chance to go and meet with some pretty high ups in the anime industry, the music industry, the movie industry, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go into too many details of that because it's very private. And there I happened to meet a particular person from King Records. Now, King Records, for those of you who don't know, is the music label. They're originally a music label, but they happen to also be taking the reins on the Pop Team Epic anime adaptation. So I got to meet this person at King Records at this party. We started talking, and I started to talk about anime since, you know, it's kind of what I do for a living. And I mentioned Pop Team Epic, knowing that it's done by King Records, and the lady was really interested. She's like, wow, I didn't actually know you knew that not only we were taking care of the Pop Team Epic anime, but also that you're a fan. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, it's such a retarded series, but I love its retardedness. And I also mentioned, since I was talking about what I do, that I've also done some voice acting work. You know, I've done a lot of amateur projects over on YouTube and other stuff like that, but I've also done, like, professional stuff. Like, I cameoed in myself in a Grisaya game, which was really weird. Then I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in the anime adaptation of that as well. I'll leave the link to that video in the description if you want to check it out. And so she was like, do you want to voice act in Pop Team Epic? And I was like, excuse me? And so late last year, I got to voice act in the most recent episode, as of the recording of this video, episode 9. I appear actually 4 times in the entire episode as 4 different things. In fact, if you go and watch episode 9 of Pop Team Epic, you'll immediately hear me, since I am actually the first voice that you hear. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! That's your boy. I know. It's weird. Now, if you've been watching Pop Team Epic up until then, you'll know that they actually play the same episode twice. One with female voice actors for Popcorn Pipimi, the main characters, and one with male voice actors for Popcorn Pipimi, because why the fuck not? Rules of anime just don't apply with this series. And so the story that I am, which is set in New York, the first half, the first time it gets aired, is all done in English, which is what I am in. The second time around is said in a really weird dialect in Japanese from Okinawa. And so I got to voice adult Joseph, like the Joseph after he gets like really fucking buff and becomes the mayor of New York. It must sound really weird for people who haven't seen the episode, but that's my character. Which I thought was absolutely hilarious because, as you all know, I suck balls at an American accent. Basically, this is the first time I've ever voice acted in an anime, and I had to voice act a American from New York who is buff as hell, like he's really like jacked up, and he's the mayor of New York. 4 things which I am not. And 4 things which you wouldn't really expect from my voice. But because, of course, this is Pop Team Epic, they weren't expecting the most high quality of voice actors. Thank God, because you're not going to find it from me. And so I basically did this, like, half-assed attempt at a buff New Yorker.
Let me tell you today, a story of some old friends.
It's bad. I mean, if there are any people watching this video who want to hire me as a voice actor, don't use that as a point of reference for what I can do. I can do so much better than that, trust me. So I got to do that. I also got to voice the game announcer for the Guilty Gear parody that they do after that series.
Heaven or hell, do what? Let's pop.
So yeah, that was fun. And then during the second run of the episode, when the whole New York story is done in the weird Japanese dialect, at the end of it, I got to say the title of the series, which I'm pretty fucking proud about.
Pop Team Epic.
So yeah, that's what happened. It's still weird to think that I got to do something like that, and I'm honestly very proud. Like, I've heard of so many YouTubers who have gone on to, you know, do dub voice acting and voice in some amazing games and whatnot, and all those people were amazing. Like, I looked up to those people as a voice actor. I'm like, man, I wish I could get to anywhere at that level, but I know as a voice actor, I'm not that great. Like, I'm not at the greatest of the greatest. But I hope you don't mind as I take all the humbleness away from the next thing I'm about to say in saying that I think I am the first AniTuber, or no, the first YouTuber to ever voice in an actual Japanese dub of an anime. Yes, even though it wasn't English, technically that's the sub. That's the original recording of the episode. So it still counts. But yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't really vlog my time there, because as you know, with the visual novel that I did for Grisaya, the visual novel recording, I got to record that because I'm the only one in the booth. With game recordings, you're usually only one person in the booth because you don't have to look at anything, especially visual novels. You don't have to look at any kind of footage to do voiceovers because it's just, you know, usually just a static image. But with anime, it's a little bit different. All the voice actors basically all gather into one room for whatever scene or whatever episode it is, and basically just record all the voices all at once. It's not really like, okay, I do my lines, and then the next person does all of their lines, and then the next person does all of their lines, and we'll just put it together in post. There's a line of microphones usually, and all the voice actors for that particular scene just all come up, watch the footage, and just voice act over it. That was something that I had never really done, because even with my amateur voice acting stuff that I've done on YouTube series and other stuff like that, I've always recorded it from my room, which means I'm on my own. So it was actually the first time that I got to experience voice acting or recording lines, voice acting lines with other voice actors in the same room at once. The child voice actor for Joseph, which is my character but in the flashback, was done by Murase Ayumu, who is already a professional voice actor. He was super cool, and it was really cool just to like watch a professional do their work. It was kind of bizarre to see. So if you actually watch the credits the first time around when I'm prominently in the episode, you won't actually see my name, but you'll see my Japanese alias, Kamijo Ikuru, which is, I've already explained in my visual novel video. Basically, any like professional voice acting that I do, at least in Japan, or any activities that I do in Japan that is outside of YouTube, I'm gonna be doing it all under that name. And I do have a Twitter for my Japanese account as well, although again, it is in Japanese, so I'm only gonna be tweeting out in Japanese, so if you don't and can't read Japanese, then I don't think you should follow it, just saying. But yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to show you this, but this is basically what they gave to me. This is the book with all the lines in it. I just love the fact that it has that at the front of it. Pop Team Epic Episode 9 script. The way that it's set up, so I had to like underline my lines right here, so those were my lines right there. And it was just cool to see like how that works. So I basically had this in front of me and kind of just voice acted it like that. I also got to briefly meet Okawa Bukubu, the author, since, you know, the author is usually there for anime adaptations, you know, just so that he can get his word in it. I didn't really get to have a conversation with him, I just kind of exchanged hellos with him, but he seems like a genuinely nice dude, and he's like, it's weird, he seems so much more normal than what you would think. Like, are you sure you're the author? Like, you really don't seem like a person who would write something like this. But it was really just cool overall, this whole thing. Like, yeah, I didn't get to voice Popcore Pipimi, like the main characters and whatnot, and I'm only really in this one episode, but again, hey, how many AniTubers can say that they voiced in an anime, like properly in an anime? I don't think there's many, so I'll take it as it is, and this experience really taught me a lot about voice acting, just in general. I learned so much from not only being in that position and being in that room with other professional voice actors doing their thing, but as we were, you know, doing the English lines, obviously I'm the only one, and I think Murase Ayumu is also quite fluent in English. At least he did study abroad from my understanding. I might be completely wrong with that, but he definitely sounded really good. He definitely sounded better, a better English speaker than a lot of the voice actors that I've ever heard of. And it was cool to not only voice act with these professional voice actors, but also for these professional voice actors to get advice from me with like how to pronounce words and how we should say the intonation of this particular word or this particular sentence. Since I'm also credited in this episode as helping translate the Japanese lines to English, like the director of this episode, or director of the entire series, asked me if I had time to translate some lines in the English section. I was like, yeah, sure, it's just a short section, so I'll do it. So what you guys hear in the episode is stuff that I translated as well as voice acted. So that's really weird. But again, just experiencing that, I guess, environment of professional voice actors just doing stuff professionally just taught me a lot about voice acting. Like, I got a lot out of it just listening to how professional voice actors, you know, stand and how they move about when they do particular actions or say particular things, how their face changes, how their just everything, their whole mannerism changes as they're voice acting, because you hear it in an anime or you hear it in a cartoon or voiceover or whatever, but you very rarely get to see it. You very rarely get to see the person and what they're doing as they're saying their particular lines. So it was just really cool to watch professional voice actors who have done this for so many years and basically take some notes away from how they bring out more emotion into their lines, or how they bring out certain characteristics into their voices, and how they, I guess, do retakes, what they think about particular retakes, what they think about particular lines. I did a few retakes on some of my lines just because I heard back, just hearing it back as well is just something that I wasn't very used to. It wasn't just me listening back to my lines, it was me, the director, everybody backstage, and all the professional voice actors. So I kind of got a little bit embarrassed as well because I was so much of a noob, but it was actually quite heartwarming when I did my lines and all of these voice actors were like, damn dude, like, you need to do more voice acting, like, you're actually really freaking good. So it's pretty cool to get those kinds of words from people who do that same thing as a profession. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about my experiences about Pop Team Epic and voice acting in Pop Team Epic. Again, just saying that is just so weird to me. Go check out episode 9. It is genuinely a pretty cool episode with a lot of funny stuff in it. Hopefully, I'll be able to do something like this again. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear more of your boy in anime. It's so weird. You talk about anime long enough and you'll eventually be talking in anime. Who would have thought? Huge shout out to King Records again for giving me the opportunity to do this. It really taught me a lot. And I know this might sound sappy, but again, if it wasn't for your guys' support on my videos and just everything that I do, then I wouldn't have ever had the opportunity to do something cool like this. And I'm hoping I can take that even further, do cooler stuff within YouTube, but also outside of YouTube. I think that would be a really nice way to go about things. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. Go watch episode 9 of Pop Team Epic if you haven't. Please, I beg of you. I'm saying this because I'm in it. I wouldn't be pushing a particular episode of a particular anime so much if I wasn't in the goddamn thing. So go check it out and let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banner, and I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Ciao!